Hello, hello. Welcome to the East Block. 1 hour of Sebring. We are here, of course, on board here with Logan Edward. This qualifying has already started in the GT3 field. So our current pole sitter here, Thomas Farkish, 2:23.108 in the McLaren. He is driving for, I believe, his own team. We are just going to be waiting now for all the lap times to sort of slowly appear. You've got the who else have we got on our field here? You have Jan here in the BMW, just sliding through the apex there. I'll pull up the forgot to do this. There you go. There you go, the circuit map there. Coming up into the final corner. Slow car stopped ahead. No idea why. Caution with Logan Edward, that's why. He's stopped. Just coming through some of the last few corners of the lap, but he's got back going again. He's going to try and stay off the circuit and not block anyone. As the second BMW now comes into the main straight, I believe. Or is that the Aston? No, that is the second BMW, I was right. Further back down the field, you've got the James Quinn in the Ferrari. He's going to, I believe he's on his hot lap, so he's going to try and set his first lap. Comes through the final corner, down the main straight. What's his time going to be? Oh, I think he's just starting. No, there you go, 2:01.4. He's about to start his lap. Problem for Richard Veasley. He's stopped on the track. He's preset back to pits. Got out the way, nice and easy. The Ginetta G40 GT3, or no, G55 GT3. My mistake. Just coming through the final corner here. Very difficult. You've got to get it just right. You don't want the car to slide out. May lose traction. It may make a couple of may have a couple of problems, but he's all good. He now comes down the main straight. He's going to, I believe, start his first lap. He is. And Eric Veasley is stopped in the East Block Lexus. There you go, he got back going again. Small problem for him, but he seems to be all good again. So he now heads down towards one of the slowest corners on the circuit. James Quinn, he's on his lap. He's just made it through some of the previous corners. He's now headed up towards the airfield section, the runway, the old runway. So he starts to join. You'll see the circuit starts to come all tarmac and wind up. But as he gets on the gravel, on the not the gravel, the sand there on the edge of the circuit. Here we go. He's now sort of joining. Here we go. He's now into the main airfield runway section. So he's heading up towards the back straight. Through the second to the last corner of the lap, right up to the exit of the curb. He now comes down the back straight towards the final corner of the lap. He's running the traditional Ferrari livery, no livery for himself. The AF Corsa Ferrari there, as he now comes through. Whoa, bit of a snap on the entry. But keeps it together as he just comes now through the final corner. Big sweeping 180 degrees. Let's see how much time he loses from that snap of oversteer. He's now going to say his time, 2:01.2. So he is not able to improve that much, but it's enough to improve, but not by position. Logan Edward here in the Jaguar. The Evolved Esports car, as he runs very wide, he's going to validate his lap yet again. He's really struggling with that corner, as he goes very far off onto the sand there. So yeah, he's going to be looking to try and get a good lap time in, try and really show the pace of that Jaguar. James Quinn, I believe, has made a mistake. No, he's just reset to pits. Coming through the final corner. All good for him as he gets back on the power. What is his time? He's still invalid, I believe. Yeah, he's still done an invalid lap, so he will not be improving. You can see all the hypercars waiting to go, but they will go after the GT3 session. So it's very similar to the Le Mans, the way the 24 Hours of Le Mans is run. And so you'll see the similarities. As Tanasi. no idea what this camera is showing. I believe he's in the pit lane. Yes, he is. Yeah, the G55. So here we, Matthias Vettek, he's yet to set a lap as well in the East Block Lexus. So these are the main East Block cars. Does he improve on his time? Not really, no. He's just done his outlap. Here in the BMW. I'm not going to try and pronounce that surname because I will butcher it. As he comes down through turn, what is this, I believe? Turn 3, 4, and 5. Yep. Good run back down to now through 6 into now the slowest corner of the circuit, just up here, turn 7 or turn 6. I need to look at a track map. As he comes through now. You can hear the roar of the BMW engine there. Very deep sounding engine. Sounds very good, and he goes purple sector 1. That's a good sign. By 2/10. So he's already ahead of Thomas Farkish's time there in the McLaren as he comes through the next sequence of corners. What is he going to be able to do through sector 2? That is the question. Sector 2 marker, I believe, is up here, just up here on this straight. No, it's not. It's a lot later in the lap. My apologies. You can see him there, 5th gear as he comes through here, just on that outboard camera. Braking now 3rd as he rolls through. He flicks it through and down towards the back straight. He's 1.1 seconds off here, so he is 8/10 down. He's got to find 8/10 through this final corner. I believe his lap's gone. I think he's going to be able to find the time. If he's only 9/10 up, according to those times, but we will see. Because he might have an absolutely amazing sector 2 and still be down. No, I believe he's coming into pit lane as he does come into pit lane. So he is calling it quits. Thomas Farkas still in the lead in that white and orange McLaren there. He goes down through the gears, understeering a lot through the final corner. Just gets back on the power. It's the 720S GT3 he is in. Oh, that's cut to the wrong car. See what time is he able to do through the first sector. He comes down towards the slow corner, tightest corner here at the moment on the circuit. I believe turn 7. I need to pull up a track map if I'm going to be all honest. He comes through very tight. You then got to flick back on yourself. Watch that curve on exit. You don't want to run too wide. He gets a good exit. What's his 2/10 up through sector 1? So he comes up through turn 13 now. Tower. This is through Tower, all good. Up now towards the fast left-hander of Bishop. All good as he now comes through Le Mans. Onto the runway. Oh, as he spins round on the exit of Le Mans turn 16. And he resets back to the pit lane. Richard Veasley there. Oh, contact there. We've just caught it between Richard Veasley in the Porsche and the Ginetta of Tanasi. There may be some steward inquiries about that. Oh my days. As Tanasi comes through turn 7. He was trying to get a lap in and just got, you know, sort of shoulder barged the Porsche out the way. Porsche still in the pit lane. and you can see behind the Jaguar of Logan Edwards. So now he's 2.2 seconds down on his personal best, so he will not be setting any good times. What about the car behind him, Logan Edwards? I think he's invalid, but we'll find out as he comes up through tower, gets the apex, runs out as wide as he can. He just sort of misses the apex on the exit there, not utilising the full track width. As he comes up through Bishop, then into the very fast section, sweeping corners of Le Mans, into turn 16, and down onto the almond straight. Oh, just jumps off the exit of the curb there. I don't think he lost too much time, but I don't think he's going to be improving either. So he now comes into Sunset Bend. Really tight on the entry, run out wide again, and then tuck sort of back in again to try and get a nice clean run through. What's he going to do? Across the line. Not an improvement, but he's now going to start a good lap, I presume. Into one. Get really ice, so he's got real close to the wall there. Probably good driving as he runs, just carries a bit too much speed, goes a bit too wide on exit there. Into 3 now. Then 4. Then 5. He's got a couple of bit of traffic in front. He's got the Porsche and the I don't know which Porsche that is. Porsche and the Ginetta fighting through turn 7 here. The hairpin, as it's hairpin as it's literally called on the official track name. Through Fangio now. He's 3 seconds down. That's not the right Porsche. We're looking on board here with Veasley here, who's blocking the Ginetta on his lap. So I think he should probably get out of his way. As we've got a new pole sitter, provisional pole here. Completely missed as he is off at a corner somewhere, but we'll go back to the fighters. Oh! We got a couple of cars off. Alice lets through the Jaguar, but I believe shunts off the Porsche who blocked him, which is totally fair enough. So he's expressing his anger. Logan Edward is up to 4th place as he comes through Le Mans. This car, one of the I believe 3 cars at this event to be sponsored by Sim Racing TV, your broadcaster here, and also designed by the other event sponsor MG Livery Design. So please check them out in the description, or you can contact Gaggles on Discord if you need to talk to MG Livery Design. Anyway, back to the racing here. Logan Edwards comes through the final corner. Is he able to improve on his time? No, I don't think he did. I think he was just in a out lap or something, or it was not a valid lap because it's not counted. James Quinn here, he is down to both of Sector 1 and Sector 2 on the lap record, but he is improving. How does he improve? By a bit, but not enough. Just doesn't do what's needed of him. As I believe the first qualifying has come to an end. James Quinn does need to reset back to pit lane. This quali, I believe, is over. Yeah, quali is over. Sorry, I have no communication with race control whatsoever, so I'm just figuring this out on the fly. Yeah, so James Quinn, yeah, he needs to reset back to the pit lane. But he is yet to, so I have no idea what's going on here. James is still going. Does he think qualifying is still going on? I do not know. James, check. Yeah, there we go. Race control has now sent the message across that he should be in the pit lane. I don't know if race control are doing anything about it. They're going to kick him or something, or they're going to tell him that he needs to box. Yeah, there we go. There's the message. Teleport to pits is the message he receives. So will he reset to pits or not? No. I think James is probably going to get a hefty penalty here for holding up qualifying, because he does make it to the pit lane. And now here we have the hypercar fields. Real mix of cars, mainly you can see lots of Acuras there. You've got the Aston Martin, you've got the Porsche. So we'll see who comes out on top here. Yeah, Porsches, Astons and Acuras makes up the hypercar field. We will now just wait. We are now just going to be waiting for the start of the hypercar grid. You can hear them all revving up. They're ready and raring to go. I'm just going to wait for the start. I believe at the 20-minute mark they're allowed to go out on in the session. So we'll just wait and see. These guys will be setting around 1 minute 40s, I believe, or potentially 1 minute 30s, depending on their pace. So we will see what they are able to do. 25 seconds now until I believe it goes green for the hypercars to go out, or what is it? GTP, as it is called here in the IMSA series. The URL Discord, so that is Thomas Varkish says, of course I fumbled my lap, is his message there in the chat. That is he is P2, so he can't be too disappointed with the result. As we have gone green now, all the hypercars rolling out on the grid. You can see here Peter Packer rolling out. He is the first hypercar out of the pit lane. The Acura GTP here only competes in IMSA, in the IMSA series, so is very used to this track, and its BOP will be in favour of this car in the first race. Other cars out on track we have here is Mine Ealing in the Maverick Motorsports. The hypercar sponsored by SRT and MG livery design. He'll be looking for a good performance. Jamie Renault in one of the Porsche Penske's here, the number 5. Doing quite well in the actual 24 Hours of Le Mans at the moment. So he's going to try and see if he can channel his inner pace from the actual Le Mans car into the sim here at Sebring. Then we've got the Aston Martin, here we are. It's had very mixed performance in the actual FIA WEC, but in the EB series, the EB owners have picked the official EB team have gone for the Aston Martin hypercar in the EB Endurance League. So we'll see what they are able to do. Further back, we've got Daniel Kleppel in the Lamborghini here. Unique white livery for it. It's of course a custom livery. As he comes through Le Mans, they're all trying to get round and set good lap times. Further back, you've got a few more Acuras and a Toyota Porsche. That car is now a year old, seeing a 38 Toyota Porsche. Here, but behind it, you've got another Porsche Penske, and then another Acura further down. So we'll see what these guys are able to do. I think I'm missing a. I think I need to add another. Yeah, I do need to add a couple more cars to my timing tower. Oh, lots more have joined. So let me just add them. Remove that there, just to make it a bit better. Sorry, we're just doing mid-session tweaks to our timing tower. Yeah, Joe Green here, he comes through turn 1. I believe he's now at the front of the train, looking to set a good lap time. One of the EV cars is stopped on the side of the circuit. Potential problem is you see smoke from the front right brake. for him, he does get back going again, so he must have just been sorting something out with his sim. I noticed something that P2 here, the other Acura here, Alex Muck, is on the medium compound tyre, not on the softs. So I don't know if that's a strategy call or a mistake from him. As ooh, the Porsche, the Jota, oh my god, the Jota Porsche sort of goes flying over the curb. This is the Vanguard race team second car here, so I believe it's the junior car of the Vanguard race team. As he then ducks the inside to try and let everyone else through. Let's catch up to Joe Green here, he's sort of at the back here, so you know, not much from him. As here we go, some of the hypercars now setting their times, filing into place. As they set the first few times, ignore the BMW number 21. That is the start, if you wish, if you think of it that way, of your GTs. So everyone above the BMW here, the P6, think of him as your GT cars. For some reason, a bit of a bug where it's not quite rendered mixed your hypercars in your GTs, and so that will be fixed for future events. Joseph Green now just filing through turn one. Is one of the Aston Martins in front, I believe, is having a bit of a problem bouncing over the curb. Yeah, there you go, Aston Martin there stopped. He's all good as he comes through over the curb. Keeps it clean. He's going to look for a pole position here, potentially, Joe Green, because he is 0.021 off pole position. So it is a Maverick Motorsports 1-2 at the moment, and they are 2 seconds clear of everyone else. While Ealing there almost improving on his personal best Sector 1. What is he able to do through Sector 2 as he comes through Le Mans, as he just cuts the course and makes a mistake. He goes off. So that is going to be, he's going to reset the pits. That's the end for him. Yeah. Joe Green is up in Sector 1 as he comes through these sequence of corners. I'm going to have to keep my track map open because I keep forgetting the names of the corners. He comes through Tower now. So he's going to try and set some good pace. Up through Bishop and then into Le Mans. Has he improved? We'll find out as he crosses the Sector 2 marker at the exit of Le Mans. You can see one of the cars stopped over one at the edge there. As he comes through one of the Acuras. Just chucked him right behind the Aston Martin. He is slower, so the Aston Martin's been holding him up through Sector 2. Hopefully the Aston Martin lets him through as the Maverick's got a better run than the Aston Martin. He's now ahead. Hopefully that won't sacrifice his lap too much as he comes through Sunset Bend. He's all clean through that. Bit of a wider line on the exit than you saw the GT3s doing, but it is faster for them. He comes across the line. Is he going to take pole? He is, by almost a tenth of a second. So yeah, lets the Aston Martin back through. Has a bit of a lock up there after claiming that lap. So Marlon Ealing is back out. Let's look at the Jota Porsche here. He's got a big boots to fill. He's got to really close up and get to those Maverick Motorsports Acuras in first and second. And he's 2 tenths down through Sector 1. That's not what he needs, but it is a personal best. Not 2 tenths down, he's 2 tenths off Maverick's personal best Sector 1, but he is faster. Can he find something through Sector 2? He's held up by the Lamborghini of Daniel Kleppel. So maybe he will get out of the way for the Jota Porsche, but he is also on a lap, so I presume not as they come through Tower and up towards Bishop. Yeah, that Jota is right on the back now. Is he going to be let through? No. So bounce over the curb. He's just trying to get as much toe as he can through Le Mans. Turn, I believe, 15 and 16. Yep. Yeah, there you go. No, the Lambo just making a mistake. Yeah, he's getting held up here. Szynski. And yeah, he backs out. He's going to try and build a gap before he gets going again. Joseph Moreno, he's heavily down as he comes across the line. So he's probably now going to start a hot lap. Yes, he's going to start hot lap as one of the Aston Martins stops. He's just gone back to pits. Joe Martinez, he's 11 seconds down in Sector 2 as he comes through Sunset Bend. So he's not going to be improving on this time, but he's going to try and set a really good next lap. No, he comes into pits. He's given up. He's going to make some changes and hopefully try and go again. Muck is still on those medium tyres, and it's not really working out for him. Another people to mention are, here we go, the other one of the Akiras here. It's just sort of not doing much. As we've got a car stopped over there, it's Muck, the Vanguard car. He's just pulled over into the grass, probably to fix something and get back going again. Fun fact about GTP hypercars is they do carry toolkits in the cars with them, so in case they have a problem, they can fix it whilst racing. It is a mandatory regulation that the driver has a toolkit. Because in endurance racing, you're allowed to pull over the side of the circuit. The driver is allowed to get out and actually make physical repairs to the car as long as he doesn't leave a certain radius of the vehicle. Once he's left a 3 meter radius of his car, he is then disqualified from the session or classified as a DNF. But until then, you know, he's allowed to get out of the car, work on it when it's not in the pit lane. Anyway, back to the races here. Michael in the Aston Martin hypercar here is Mile Ealing tops Joseph Green by a single thousandth of a second. So these Maverick Motorsports cars are really fighting each other for the win here, and they are just so close to each other. They are not giving each other any room. Back to Joseph Green here. He's got the boots to fill. He's got to close a singular thousandth of a second, but he's going slow. He's on a cooldown lap or no, it's definitely a cooldown lap, not a prep lap, because he's going so slowly. He's going to try and let the car behind through. You've got the Acura there. He passes by. Joe Green's going to go for a push as he comes through the first of the Le Mans corners, through the second, and into the third. As another one of the Akiras, the number 60, finally sets a lap time. Mile Ealing, he's sort of going out to start a new lap. He's very happy. Joe Green now, he comes through the final corner. We're going to watch him on board for this entire lap. You can see the Acura there, the number 60, lets him through one of the car number 60s, because there's multiple, where people have not, you know, chosen a livery. Joseph Green, he comes across the line to start his lap. No, of course, that was a warm-up lap, so he's not going to have much time. Through turn one. Oh, he's very wide and off into the gravel. He's going to have to probably bail out on this one, as he does. He does choose to bail out after that. That's a horrible way to try and start up. He's going to reset to pits and try and go again, I presume. Yeah, he does. Third place here. He's still going. He's going to come through sector one. Is he going to improve? It's not telling me. I believe he's not. Here we go. Here's someone on a lap. Daniel Kleppel. He's shown slow in sector one, faster in sector two. He's still well off the leaders, but by this time gain, he should, if he keeps it clean through the final corner, gain a few positions. He comes through, keeping it clean, getting a good line, a bit tighter on exit than the lead hypercars. Down the main straight, what's he going to set? Doesn't improve. Just doesn't do enough. He now comes through turn one. He's got a car behind him, one of the Aston Martins, I believe. Actually, the position directly behind him it is. So these two are directly fighting for position here. The Aston Martin livery is good looking. And it's going to... It looks good. Hopefully it'll be quick as well. But they're P7, P10 at the moment, the EV Aston Martins, as we've got another car stopped by the side of the circuit. They come through the hairpin on the slowest corner on the circuit, first gear. They've got to now get on the power and down towards some of the fastest corners on the circuit. Come through Fangio now into Collier. As whoa, yeah, made a mistake there. Daniel Kleppel, that's going to ruin his lap. Right under the cameraman there. Michael, he's 1.6 down, but he's improved off Mile Ealing, but he is improving on his lap. Is he able to find some time as he comes into the Le Mans curves, Le Mans corners? So he comes through second to last corner, down the Almond Straight. He is improving on this lap. He's just too far back. You know, he's almost 3 seconds slower. So he's got to set a really good final lap here and a final corner. He comes through Sunset Bend, carrying lots of speed, gets a good line on exit, gets on the power nice and early. Is he able to improve on his lap time? Yes, he is, up to P7, a 150.040, still 3.2 seconds off the leader, but, you know, he would have wanted to have done a bit better than that. But it is a decent time, nonetheless. Joseph Green now coming into Collier here, into Tower. Coming through Tower now. I believe he's on an outlap. He's got on brand new set of soft tyres. He's going to try and look for an improvement. I'm surprised. I believe it's Alex Muck. Yes, it is Alex Muck. It's still on the medium compound tyre. I don't think he's realised he's on the wrong tyre, but he does need to change that if he wants to try and improve and get close to the main field. Because he is setting, you know, basically identical times to the GT3s. So he might be racing the GT3s here in this race. Back on board now with Joseph Green. He comes through Sector 1. Very good through that. Keeps it nice and clean. Doesn't take too much curb. Into turn 2. Now into 3. All good through that. 4. Yeah, good. Into 5. Yeah, and now into the bends, I think it's called. Big Bend. Bit of a weird name. As he now comes down into the hairpin of turn 7. On the brakes around the 350 with 300 meter mark, maybe. I don't know. He comes through. Doesn't take too much on exit, unlike the car in front of him. As he's being held up by one of his fellow Akiras, so he's going to be very annoyed at that. He's 3/10 down exactly through Sector 1 from Mile Kneeling. So he's going to have to try and find 300, 3/10 and a thousandths through the next 2 sectors if he wants to try and improve. A bit of a good line through there. Not much of a slide, just kept it well under control as he comes through Bishop and then into the Le Mans curves here. Trying to carry as much speed as he can and stay within the confines of track limits. As Mile Kneeling improves to increase the gap to 2/10, Maverick is just down on his lap still, but doesn't make a personal best Sector 2. So he's definitely got to find some time on Milan. So he now comes through the final corner, Sunset Bends. Very good line. Gets back on the power. Is he going to improve? Is he going to get close to Milan? He does improve in the 3rd sector, but he does not improve his time. 3.5 minutes left of qualifying. Are we going to see some last minute improvements? Joseph Moreno, now here P4 at the moment. He's going to try and improve. I believe Martinez has gone off. Yes, he has. Ismael Martinez. He's gone off down in turn 3. He's going to try and get out of the way of the car behind through turn 4 by parking it on the line. Yeah, you got the Acura behind him. So he does get back going again. And one of the Aston Martins, no, he's gone back to pits. And the other Aston Martin starts to decide to pit, saying, I think he's done. He doesn't think he can improve. Still a few more people out on track. Joseph Green is back in pits. Milo Kneeling is still going. He's down in the 1st sector. Is he going to improve through here in the 2nd sector? No. Very far down as he's got one of the other Acuras ahead of him. Not his teammate, but it is an Acura nonetheless. Into Sunset Bends. Just keeps it under control. Yeah, he's coming into the pit lane nice and slow, rolls it in. He's happy that he's confirmed pole position. He doesn't think he can improve. For Joe Raffley here, he's not been able to set a time at all in this session. that's quick enough to be competitive. He's just all the way down there. So he comes through now. He might try and improve and do a bit of a better job. Yeah, he's very much lacking in pace compared to some of the other cars. Getting on the power way too late, you know. He will not be improving, I don't think. Alex Mark here improves, but he's still down through the first sector compared to Milan, which is not a surprise, but maybe he can try and improve. Everyone else in front of him has pits. I believe he's going to pit as well. I think he's called it a day. Because that was incredibly slow through there. One of the Aston Martins just disconnected from the session. So that will bump everyone up a place unless he rejoins. I can't tell if he's pushing or not. No, he's definitely not pushing. I say he's 8 seconds down, and he's down on his personal best. As I believe he's just run out of fuel, because I don't hear any engine tone. No, he does still have power. I think he just dropped it into dropped it out of gear or something. And he pulls into pits, and does Rafley improve? I don't think so. We will now wait for the start of the race session, so we'll run you through your grid here today. In first place, you've got Milan Ealing in the Maverick Motorsports Acura hypercar. And then Joe Green in second, the other Maverick Motorsports. So those two controlling a dominant 1-2, about a second in front of everybody else. In P3, you've got the Hertz Team Jota of Studinsky. Then in P4, you've got the Porsche Penske, and then the other Porsche Penske of Martinez. So Porsche 3, 4, 5, then another Acura P6, car 60, one of the AutoNation cars, and then you've got the EV Racing Aston Martin in P7. P8, you've got Daniel Kleppel in the Lamborghini. P9, you've got another AutoNation Acura. And P10, I think you've got another AutoNation Acura. Yes, you do. A little bit of a jumble round here. Yeah, P10. Let's go down to our GT3 pack here. You've got, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, the Polish driver in P1 in the BMW, Thomas Farkas P2 in the McLaren. You've got the teammate of the pole sitter, Jan in the other BMW. P4 you've got Logan Edward. P5 you've got the EV Racing, the Czech driver Mates Fetik in the East Block racing car. And that, I believe, is your top 5. P6 you've got the Porsche of Richard Veasley, James Quinn in P7, in the one and only Ferrari. P8 you've got the other Coupe Racing Jakob. Alice in P9 in the Ginetta, and P10 you've got Eric Veasley in the other EB car. We will now wait on the safety car to get going. When the session will start, the safety car will lead us out for a formation lap for 2 minutes, and then we will get going for the 1 hour of Sebring. just under 1 minute until we get going here for the 1 hour of Sebring. We will see what happens here. My money is on the Maverick Motorsports cars doing very, very well here, very well at the front of the grid. And in GT3, I think my money is on Thomas Varkish. He's not showing great pace in qualifying, but I've seen him in previous races showing incredible race pace under a minute now. The clock says 1 hour. We will get started very shortly. The drivers rev up their engines. They're ready to go. They want to get going here for the start. Milo Nealing is going to wait for the safety car to get to the front before we get going. And so we will just wait on that. The lights here to indicate the start of the formation lap are on. Safety car, there we go, is going to creep to the front of the pack. They are going to wait, and there goes your safety car, who's got a 10-second stop and go for jump start, but that does not matter because it is the safety car, and the safety car knows best. There we go. The safety car will lead away on the start of the formation lap. Just right on board here with our safety car driver as all the cars start filing back onto the leaderboard and everyone gets ready to get going here. The race has started, the hour timer has started. The safety car is going to try and go as fast as he can to get this race started. As I pressed the wrong button on my spectate leaderboard, my spectate keybinds. Leading everyone now through turn 5. Bit of understeer there for the safety car. The Maverick Motorsports hypercar side by eye, and the safety car's binned it. The safety car's binned it. So all the hypercars will wait for the safety car to get to the front of the pack again. As the safety car reverses into a wall. Okay, safety car down in 12th position. He's got to try and get back in front of all the hypercars. At the moment, he looks like he's trying to lead the GT3 field away. So the hypercars are going to part the seas, I believe, or the safety car is going to go slam into a wall. Safety cars will just let... Yeah, all the drivers are going to try and let the safety car through as the safety car misses the corner and spins again. And I believe the safety car has now just stopped the side of the circuit. Leader of safety car, the safety car driver has given up. So Milo Nealing now controls the pace. As they come through Tower, they are going to be side by side for the entire lap leading up to the start session. So we will see what happens here. Again, my money is on these Maverick Motorsports cars to work together and to win this race. You can see flashing on the sides the position number. It says P3, but he is the leader. I don't know why it says P3. They're all here. They are warming their tyres up down the backs, the Ullman straight. They're going to get ready to get going. Got the Aston Martin further back thinking he's Kimi Raikkonen and not warming his tyres. The GT3 cars have left a significantly large gap, but it is needed to create this clean racing and good fights. Milo Nealing now, he's going to come through Sunset Bend on the outside, and he's going to control the pace and lead everyone away. He's probably going to communicate to his teammate Joe Green on when to go to make sure that these two get away from the Porsches behind, who are hungry for the win as they now come through the final corner. out of the final corner. They can go green, I believe, when they want. He's going to hold it. And we are green here away for the 1 hour of Sebring as Joseph Green gets a horrible start down in P6 as we come into now down in P6 as we come through turn 1. They lead all cleanly through. No crashes behind, I don't think. Everyone is through cleanly as one of the Akiras has gone off and Alex Muck is round in the vanguard behind. Luckily, the GTs have not caught him yet. We'll go back to the lead fight, not the lead fight, the fight for P2. The Jota Sport Porsche is trying to hold it, whilst all the cars behind. He knows they're going to be pretty quick. Joseph Green here is going to try and look for a move into turn 7, past the Penske Porsche after he got bogged down at the start. There he goes down the inside into turn 7, into the hairpin. Both of the drivers locking up, but Joe Green does gain the position. The Porsche is going to try and go for a switchback. No, the number 5 is going to stay behind. Joe Green is going to try and keep the lead here, and he has done. Currently running in 3rd place. He's going to try and gain some grounds. So it's 4th place on the side, but ignore that. He is actually in 3rd. The Porsche up front. The number 38 Jota car, famously driven by Jensen Button, this time driven by Studinsky. As they come through towards Sunset Bend, can Joe Green try and get back into 2nd place? The gap is 3/10. It's not going to be enough. Further back, Eric Vesey's just gone wide and let Logan Edward through to P19. Logan Edwards had a horrible start, I believe. But he's down there. And Joe Green has got through on the inside of Sunset Bend. We missed that one as Joe's been punted off. Joe Green has been punted off and has stopped. He's disconnected. Joe Green is out of the session. Our first retiree, the person who sat in 2nd, is now out. Further back, you've got Michael going to try and find a move. The Aston Martin's gained his way up into P4. He's going to try and look for a move, but I don't think he's going to be able to get it. And as you can see, all the GT3s, Thomas Farkas did get back through to be the lead McLaren. Here he is. He did get past 2 BMWs. So he did miss the start. So that BMW is very far off. He's going to spin down towards, so he's managed to hold him very well saved as they come into turn 3, but he's going to lose a position to his teammate. And these two are going to be right next to each other and going to try and work together to try and catch the cars in front. It's a shame for them. As, contact there between James Quinn and Richard Veasley. It forces Richard Veasley well off the circuit. James Quinn's going to get back going, and he's going to gain the position by punting his opponent off. That is a unique and very much illegal way I've seen someone pass. I think Farah made a mistake there, and he fell off the circuit, I presume. Ray looking further up the front. The closest fight at the moment is Peter Packer trying to close up the Czech driver on the Porsche Penske in front. The gap is increasing, though not decreasing. As I believe I have just disconnected from the session. So please stand by whilst I reconnect this to the server.